Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Spoony Pizzas, and welcome to my FIFA 19 review. Now, let me give you a bit of background about myself if you don't know me. So I've been playing football games before there was a FIFA and a PES, before there was even an International Superstar Soccer. So I've been playing football games for a very, very long time. What I would say is that whilst the majority of times I have played PES, there have been instances where I've chose FIFA over PES. I just choose whichever game feels best for me, and I recommend you do that yourself. You know, you can listen to this review, you can take some thoughts away and things you might like about it, dislike, but at the end of the day, it's you who's got to decide. What I'd say is play the demo yourself and make your own opinion. So this is just my honest opinion. Not being a PES fanboy, not being a FIFA fanboy, I'm neither. I just play the best football game. That is me. I'm straight as you like. So, let's get into it. So, as you can see here, we've got the match preview screen, which looks absolutely fantastic. Tells you how many wins you've got, draws, how many wins the opposition's got against you. Tells you what AI you've been playing against. So you can see here, I've got 1 win over world-class AI. 1-0 win over Atletico Madrid. You've also got conversion rate as well, so you can see I have my 4 shots that scored 1 goal, so that's 25%. They had 7 shots and no goals, so 0%. That's really, really cool. I really like that this sort of screen here. But this is what really attracted me to FIFA this year, is the tactics, which I'll get onto in a bit. But I just want to say that the squad screen is really, really nice and fluid. You know, it's certainly improved a lot since FIFA 2014. I gave FIFA 16, 17 and 18 a miss. I just didn't like the feel of FIFA in those games. It just didn't attract me whatsoever to that game. But I just love how fluid everything is. Like, this is really nice and smooth. You can just drag and drop players at the touch of a button. In FIFA 14, you have to use just like adjust people like this, and it was just taking forever. So it's really nice that you've got that fluid movement on this screen, so you can position players very, very quickly. Especially for me, who likes my tactics. So this is all really cool. So onto formations, you got tons of formations to choose from. Like in most, you know, if you've played FIFA, you know about this already, but you got loads of formations you can choose from. Now, this is a new thing to FIFA, the actual tactic style. So now you've got defensive style and an offensive style. And you can have balanced, you can have pressure on heavy touch. So when the opposition takes a heavy touch, your players are going to close in and close them down, you know, a lot quicker. You've also got the width. Let me just check something a minute. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so you've got the width. You know, how wide do you want to defend? Do you want to be really, really narrow, but you're susceptible to the wings? Or if you play like really, really far apart, you can be cut through the middle. So if I was playing like 5 defenders, then I'd probably go like 8 or 9 or 10. But as I've only got 4 defenders at the back, I'm just going to go for 4. And then you've got the depth, whether you want to sit back. If you're going to play like a sort of counter-attacking game, then I recommend sort of sitting deep, 3 or 4. And then you can counter using, you know, you could go for fast build-ups. As soon as there's a turnover play, your players break forward fast, or long ball. And then you've got possession style as well. So depth, I'm just going to go for 6. I'm actually going to go for fast build-up. So as soon as I turn over the ball, I'm going to try and get forward quickly using the pace of Lukaku, Martiaaaaaaaaaa and Sanchez. And then you've got the width. So do you want your players really nice and wide when you're attacking, or do you want them really narrow? So I really like this. In PES, there's just compactness, which means which only affects the sort of defensive style of the game. So at least in FIFA, you know, you can determine how wide and expansive you play. But you have got the support range in PES, so that pretty much affects how wide you play as well. So but that's really cool. I like that you can you know, you can play with a lot of width on the offense. So I'm going to go for 8. And then you can set the amount of players that get into the box for those crosses. Same for corners and free kicks. So this is really, really nice. I really like this tactical screen. think it's going to add a lot of different elements to FIFA. And it depends how well they're represented actually on the pitch, so we're going to check that out. And then on top of that, you've got player instructions as well, so you can give each player an individual instruction, whether you want Lukaku to get in behind the last man, play on the shoulder of the last defender, or whether you want to drop off into midfield or whatever, and support from basically bring players into the game. Then you got other options. You could like make Sanchez coming off the wing, etc. Whether you want to stay at the pitch, whether you want to track back. So there's tons and tons of, like, tactically, this game could be really, really solid if it represents it back on the pitch. And how does it behave? Does the player instructions override the tactical instructions? It'd be interesting to find out. I'll have to do some further testing to analyze it, but yeah, if I do buy the game, which I've got this on pre-order, then we'll have to see. Then you got the roles where you select your captain, who's taking the free kicks, corner kicks, etc., penalties. So this is all really, really nice, brilliant, so slick, fluid. But this is what we know about FIFA. We know the presentation is spot on. We know this, and we're just going to go into the game now. And then you usually have these like little mini games, which are pretty cool, pretty fun. But the only reason I used to like do them in the past was that they more or less it was just for killing time whilst the game loaded. But now the game loads pretty much instantaneous on these new systems. It's not really needed. Yeah, so how does the game feel so far? Passing wise, it's pretty tight. I'm playing a nice wide system here, so you can see that actually on the pitch. So that's really good. And it does look like the tactics are coming into play. On the when I was attacking offensively, so that's really nice to see. I have found that when I first started playing this game, I was like, oh, I don't know about this game. It just doesn't feel right. But since I switched to the telecam, it feels so much slicker. Feels really nice. And then on top of that, you've got the whole presentation style of FIFA. These little moments here where people are throwing the ball back to the player. There's no sort of delay or having to press the start button because you're waiting for the game to start. Get going again. It's it's all really, really quick. I perhaps shouldn't have commentated when I'm trying to play against world class, but we're trying our best. So yeah, so far the positives for me are the presentation and the tactics. Also, the crossing in this game, I really do like the crossing in FIFA. It's a bit hit and miss though. Sometimes it looks really good, and then other times it looks absolutely shockingly bad. But generally, on the whole, I do actually quite like it. It's got a nice feel to it. The ball goes exactly where I want it to go. My main issues are with the through ball and the sort of cross-field passing. The ball physics just don't seem right in those instances. They just, like this cross here. That's just too floaty. It's not natural, and it just looks weird. The other thing I would say is that the shooting this year is brilliant, absolutely perfect. If you shoot with a weaker foot, don't expect it to go on target. I like that. He actually hit the ref. I don't know what the ref's doing in the penalty area in that scenario. But yeah, I really like that. And these animations here where he lays the ball down, that's really, really nice. From a presentation point of view. So that's all really good. But just the ball physics when you're doing these sort of long lofted passes, it's just too floaty, and the game speed overall, it's a bit too quick. when I was doing highlights between PES and the FIFA, like doing the comparison videos, what I found is that FIFA had loads of highlights and PES not so many. And why is that? Because FIFA's like a bit like a basketball game. You're like up one end having a shot, back down the other end having a shot. Well, in this case, while I'm commentating, I'm just getting overrun. But I find it difficult to play and commentate at the same time, as those who know me know I can't multitask. So yeah. Yeah, the speed of the game in FIFA is just so it's too fast for my liking. If there's a way to like slow it down, that'd be really cool. But at the minute, it's just simply too fast, and it's up. You're up and down the pitch way too quickly. The AI in this game, I would say it's pretty solid. I would actually say it's pretty solid compared to PES. PES this year is. I know it's going to be fixed. They fixed it last year. They had far worse problems last year with the passive AI. So don't worry about it being fixed. But right now, the FIFA demo is actually better than the... Oh, there we go. Beautiful goal from Pogs. Yeah, the AI in FIFA is pretty solid. It's pretty challenging. This is on world class. I've not played FIFA for ages. The only thing I would say about the AI is on the higher difficulties, legendary and world class, is there'll be instances where the AI just engages to another level, and it feels really, really scripted. And there's just times where you just won't be able to touch the ball and it'll be in the back of your net, and there's nothing you can do about it. Which brings me nicely onto one of my other negatives, is the defending in this game. It's difficult, but the secondary player press is non-existent. I'm holding the right bumper, which is my secondary player press, and if I do it here, watch Matic. Or there you go, look at Matic right now. It's like when you first start it, they just don't seem to. They seem to run behind the player instead of running towards him, like staying goal side, like you should do in FIFA, in football generally. But those are pretty minor gripes, but definitely need fixing for FIFA to step up to the next level. I mean, look at this. I mean,
well, yeah, success is ingrained into the woodwork in this famous club. It really is.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, kept in. It's all action. There's never like a boring moment in FIFA. There's always something going on. Players falling over each other. So it's fun to watch. When I watch the best players in the world players game, I'm like, well, that looks really, really good. But as soon as you get your hands on it, something just doesn't feel quite right to me. And I keep umming and ahhing whether I should cancel my pre-order or not. But since I switched to this camera view, I am actually going to stick with the pre-order. Because, because I actually do enjoy the game overall. Overall it's actually an enjoyable experience, believe it or not. It took me a few games to believe this. First 15, 20 games, I was like, this isn't great. But the more you play it and the more you understand it, it's still not brilliant. I'll get onto my scores later, but there's a lot of things they could do with this that needs increasing. I mean, graphically the game is stunning. Just look at these player faces. Pogba there, they're just incredible. I mean, both games, PES and FIFA, have great graphics. This year, the only thing that bugs me is the sort of blue tint on the Champions League games. That's quite annoying for me. Everything seems to have like a little blue tint to it. I don't know if anyone else notices that, but maybe it's just the scoreboards and the blue writing at the bottom here.
So they get the ball rolling in the second half.
Along with the Man City playing in blue doesn't help. So that's all really it's just a minor thing. It's not a big deal. I've sort of got used to it, but when I first started playing it, I was like, oh, and I saw all the other videos. I thought that blue tint's annoying. Really annoying. I thought, oh no, it won't be like that for the demo. I thought it was just the beta.
Paul Pogba.
I thought someone might have said something.
Manchester United getting
No,
players
they didn't.
forward and moving the ball around.
Like I said, skills are a bit OP, and like that just felt like really, really easy to beat the defender. And this is world class. I mean, there's only one other difficulty to go to, and that little bit of skill there, that always tricks the AI. Well, it seems to anyway. The reverse step over. So that's pretty much what I stick to when I'm doing skills in FIFA. There's a few other skills, tons of skills you can do in FIFA. And going on to skills, that is actually one of the positives of FIFA this year. Well, they nail it every year, to be honest. It's so responsive and fluid, whereas PES there's like a little delay, which is why I always recommend putting the auto feint on PES. But with FIFA, you don't need auto feint or anything like that. They're super responsive. You rotate the stick, and it's instantaneous. That's really nice.
It might be a favourable situation this for Manchester
United.
United.
Some aspects, like the one-touch passing, is fine, but then as soon as you take a touch, it just feels like really, really awkward. And knowing how high the ball is off the ground from this camera angle, haven't really found a camera angle that I really, really like, but this is definitely the best one I found. I wouldn't say it's like that enjoyable, because it's hard to work out if the ball's off the ground or whether it's on the floor. In some instances, the play does feel a little bit robotic, if I'm being, being critical. It does feel a bit robotic at times. And I think one of the biggest negatives for me, which is actually really surprising, is actually the commentary team for the Champions League games. I'm sorry, but these guys are terrible. The way he pronounces the A on people's players' names, like David Silvaaaaaaaaaa. Let's get it to Pogba. Oh, how did he reach that? Yeah, he'll be like David Silvaaaaaaaa, Mataaaaaaaaaaaa, Pogbaaaaaaaaa, Martiaaaaaaaaaaaa. You know, he exaggerates the A too much, and honestly, it got my wick a bit. And there was one time where it was like David Silva, David Silva, David Silva. He like said David Silva 3 times in a row, even though it went from David Silva to Mendy to Kevin De Bruyne. He was like David Silva, David Silva, David Silva. I was like, dude, they've just passed it 3 times. They can't all be David Silva. So yeah, I mean, other than that, that's minor really. You know, I can turn the commentary off just like I do in PES. So there's that. The atmosphere and crowd in this game are phenomenal. Really are nice and loud, and you know, you get a real good feeling of scoring home and away. They've introduced the time finish as well for shooting this year, which is really nice and tight. Really good. And yeah, so you know, if I was scoring this game, let's start with the graphics and presentation. It's gotta be a 9, maybe 9.5. It's sensational, really is. Sound, I would probably give an 8. It's hard to give the sound an 8 because the crowd and like I say, the crowd and atmosphere generally is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. I'm just trying to see get Sané that. Heads it back. There we go. Beautiful. See, De Gea there did like an outrageous dive. There's no need for that. It was just a header back. Things like that, you know, you should just like walk along and just pick it up. The goalkeepers definitely need some work. Don't like the way they sort of catch things sometimes. It's like that sort of robotic feeling. But generally, on the whole, graphics and presentation is a 9, and sound. Let's give it a 9. I was going to mark it down to 2 for the commentary, but with the crowd and everything, I just can't. I just can't. The atmosphere is phenomenal. This is where PES needs to look next year. The crowd, the atmosphere, really ramp up the atmosphere, definitely.
No nonsense clearance.
And then the gameplay, I guess. The gameplay. It's an enjoyable game. It is an enjoyable game. It's not on Pez's level, I don't think. Well, definitely not, I'm pretty sure. Because I prefer like a slower paced game, be a bit more tactical. I feel like I don't get the full control that I really want from a game of FIFA or a game of football. I don't feel like I'm in like 100% control of the game.
Not accurate enough from Gundogan. Just a couple of minutes left for play.
But generally, on the whole,
Martiaaaaaaaaaaaa.
it's solid, so I'm going to give it a nice solid 8. 8 for gameplay.
Does he mean business?
And
High marks on that
overall,
move, but they couldn't make it
I would
count.
say, you know, I gave
Intelligent
Pez,
threaded pass
the
here.
Pez demo,
And ultimately
87.
up a cul-de-sac.
I would say this is an 87 as well. I'm going to give this an 87 as well.
Pogba has it.
Different reasons,
It's
you
Manchester
know,
United
the
on
atmosphere
the
and
move. Full time,
and presentation and sound in this game is far better than Pez. All this, you know, this looks fantastic when the players are going off after winning, and as it does in Pez, you know. But the atmosphere is just another level. So yeah, I'm going to give both games, both demos, an 87 out of 100, 87%. The difference being that FIFA's got the presentation, the sound. Both teams are phenomenally graphically. I love both games. I think Pez does the daytime games really well. I have obviously not seen the daytime games in FIFA. But for daytime games, with that enlighten in Pez, certainly gives it a much more vibrant and bright feel. Which hopefully FIFA does as well.
City get the corner.
And the replays look really good. I think they just need to, like I say, work on the goalkeepers a bit. Feels a bit robotic sometimes. It's like the ball moves to the goalie rather than the ball goes where it wants to and the goalies react to it. Always feels like there's like a bit of magnetism there between the goalie and the ball. So yeah, that's pretty much it, ladies and gents. 87%. You know, FIFA does what FIFA does. Right. That's a beautiful goal, by the way. Look at that. Cool. What a goal for the... That's one of the best goals I scored. One of the best. One of the best. Yeah, so overall... FIFA does what FIFA does best. Presentation, sound, graphics. And it falls a little short on gameplay for my liking. They need to just tighten it up a little bit. I will be leaving my pre-order. I'm not going to cancel it now. I kept umming and ahhing, but since I changed the camera, I've actually started to enjoy it. I've actually started to enjoy it. It's a little bit too easy on World Class, and Legendary is just, you know, the scripting kicks in and it just becomes a little bit unenjoyable. So I'd probably stick with World Class. I think it's a decent challenge. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Hope you enjoyed the review, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. And thanks for watching. Cheers, guys. Bye bye.